Hello everyone, I'm glad you could join us in this video. In today's video, we're going to be covering the story of Denise Zumba, a mother of two who was in a legal tug-of-war against her ex-husband for her children. This story takes us to Germany, then South Africa, and back. This ruling is yet another example of how South African courts fail to protect mothers. This is an exclamation made by Women for Change SA following the ruling of the court in favor of Denise's ex-husband. To give you a brief overview of the facts, Denise and her husband were married and they resided in Germany for an extended period of time with their children, marking Germany as their primary place of residence. After their divorce, recently, Denise moved with her two children to South Africa for a temporary visit. However, when time came for Denise to return the children to Germany, she was not interested. She did not want to return the kids to Germany. Instead, she wanted to stay with them in South Africa. This prompted her ex-husband to apply to German courts for an order in terms of the Hague Convention to compel Denise to return the children to Germany. Now, this is where things got complicated because both South Africa and Germany are parties to the Hague Convention, which is an international treaty that aims to protect the interest of children who are held wrongfully in another country. The goal of this treaty is to have these children return to their home country as quick as possible. And in one of his remarks, Judge Tulare mentioned that it is the duty of South African courts to make sure that these children who are wrongfully retained in South Africa should be returned to their home country. Following her husband's statement that the children are being wrongfully held in South Africa and should therefore be returned to Germany, Denise relied on Article 13 of the statute or the treaty. In terms of Article 13, Denise relied on the defense that the return of the children to Germany would be harmful to their psychological well-being. The court, however, did not agree with Denise and held that Denise did not provide enough evidence to prove that their return to Germany would harm their psychological well-being. The general misunderstanding by most South African citizens is that this is a matter of custody. However, Judge Tulare made sure to get this point across clearly by mentioning that the matter of whether or not it is in the best interest of the children to be with their mother is something that South African courts are not meant to deal with. It is something that should be heard and should be decided by the German courts. Because in this instance, the matter before the South African courts was based on the Hague Convention and whether or not the children were being held wrongfully in South Africa. And rightfully so, the court ruled in favor of Denise's ex-husband. It is very disheartening for any parent to be separated from their children. And for that reason, here are two possible solutions to Denise. Firstly, there could be a GoFundMe account that is formed in favor of Denise, obviously, where people can donate money and help her gather up the funds so she can start a separate legal matter fighting for the custody of her children, because in this current matter, she has suffered a huge financial loss that she has to pay. Secondly, which is the easier option, Denise can reach a consensus with her ex-husband in Germany on how they can co-parent. So what do we learn from this case? We learn that international custody battles are very complicated. In some instances, they could be based on an international statute like the Hague Convention. On some instances, they could be based on matters of custody. In any instance, the best way forward is for parents to talk things out and find a solution that works for the best of them. This is all for the story of Denise. Please do like and share and leave a comment on what do you think. Do you think the court reached a proper conclusion, or do you think that the court should have fought and found a way to protect the rights of Denise as a South African citizen and as a distressed mother? If you want to be well vested in your knowledge of the law and formed proper opinions like the one in this video, do visit our website by clicking the link in our bio and inform yourself more on the rights of women, rights of children, and many more members of society and how you can help protect their rights. Well, thank you for joining us for this video. Take care.